You've been walking for hours. Your legs burn with every step. Your throat is dry and scratchy. The forest trail stretches endlessly ahead, swallowed by shadows and emerald light filtering through the dense canopy above. But you don't look up. You never look up. Your eyes are locked on the ground beneath your boots. Every experienced hiker knows the unwritten rules of the trail. Watch for exposed roots that could twist your ankle in a heartbeat. Scan constantly for snakes coiled silently in the leaf litter. Avoid the slick moss growing on stones that could send you sprawling face first into the mud. The ground is where the danger lives. Or so you've always believed. The only sound breaking the heavy silence is the rhythmic crunch of your boots pressing into dead leaves and brittle twigs. Crunch, crunch, crunch. It's almost meditative, like a mantra. You're deep in the trance of the trail, that hypnotic state where your mind begins to drift away from the present moment, where you stop actively thinking about potential threats and start daydreaming about the ice-cold drink waiting for you at the trailhead, about the hot shower you'll take when you finally get home, about collapsing into your bed tonight. The humid air smells thick and earthy, like wet soil mixed with rotting wood and decomposing vegetation. Somewhere far off in the distance, a bird calls out. A sharp, lonely sound that echoes through the trees and then fades into nothing. You reach up and adjust the straps on your backpack, trying to find a more comfortable position. 20 pounds of essential gear pressing relentlessly into your shoulders. Water bottles, energy bars, a first aid kit you've carried on a dozen hikes, but never actually opened. A compass you barely know how to use. Emergency whistle attached to the zipper pull. You feel safe out here, prepared for anything the trail might throw at you, in complete control of your situation. But here's the thing about forests that most people never truly understand. The real danger doesn't wait patiently on the ground where you're looking. It waits silently above you, in the shadows of the canopy. Patient, motionless, watching. And right now, at this exact moment, as you pass beneath a thick, gnarled branch draped heavily in Spanish moss and tangled vines, something is waiting in that precise spot. Something with 8 legs and 8 unblinking eyes. Something the size of a dinner plate, maybe larger. Its flat body is pressed tight against the rough bark, perfectly camouflaged in the dappled light and shadow. The spider has been completely motionless for minutes, maybe hours, conserving energy while waiting for prey to pass beneath its hunting ground. And you, oblivious, exhausted, eyes fixed on the ground, are about to walk directly underneath it. You don't see the hooked legs begin to slowly release their death grip on the bark. You don't hear the whisper-soft movement in the leaves above your head. You don't notice the large shadow that detaches itself from the branch with predatory grace. You just keep walking forward, one foot in front of the other. Crunch, crunch, crunch. Completely unaware that gravity is about to bring a nightmare down on top of you. Then it happens in an instant. Thud. Something heavy and solid slams into your backpack with shocking force. The impact reverberates through your entire spine like you've been hit with a thrown rock. You freeze mid-step, your boot suspended in the air. Your brain scrambles desperately to process what just happened, running through possibilities at lightning speed. It wasn't a leaf drifting down from above. Leaves don't weigh anything substantial. It wasn't a small twig breaking off and falling. Twigs don't hit with that kind of percussive force. This felt heavy, dense, alive, like a rock dropped from shoulder height. Or maybe a pine cone falling from high up in the canopy. Or perhaps a small branch finally giving way after years of rot. Or your mind refuses to go to the other possibility. You glance up nervously at the canopy above, scanning the maze of branches for falling debris or any sign of what might have hit you. Nothing is falling. Nothing is broken. Nothing moves except leaves shifting gently in a breeze you can't even feel down here on the forest floor. You shrug your shoulders up and down, trying to physically dislodge whatever it was. Maybe it bounced off already. Maybe it's lying on the ground behind you now. You roll your neck from side to side, hearing small pops. Adjust your pack by pulling on the shoulder straps. Take a deep breath and shake off the momentary confusion. It was nothing worth worrying about, just the forest being the forest. Keep walking. You're burning daylight, but it wasn't nothing, not even close. Right now, at this very moment, clinging to the reinforced nylon fabric of your backpack with 8 barbed, spiny legs, is a fully grown Goliath Huntsman spider. Its compact body is roughly the size of your clenched fist. Its legs, long, segmented, covered in coarse bristles, span nearly a foot across from tip to tip. It grips the fabric with terrifying precision, each leg ending in a hooked claw that catches the woven fibers perfectly. Its 8 eyes, arranged in 2 rows across its face, reflect the dim forest light like tiny black beads of polished obsidian. The spider doesn't move a single leg. Not yet. Not now. It's in assessment mode, using sensory organs in its legs to determine whether it's on prey or simply on a moving surface. Waiting. Watching. Deciding. And you have absolutely no idea whatsoever that it's there, perched on your back like some hellish hitchhiker. You keep walking forward, your boots crunching methodically over exposed roots, and smooth stones worn down by countless seasons of rain, completely and blissfully unaware that you are now carrying a passenger with venomous fangs. 5 steps later, you feel something strange. A subtle shift in weight distribution across your back. It's bizarre, unsettling. Almost like your backpack itself is moving independently, which your rational mind knows is completely impossible. Backpacks don't move on their own. You keep walking, but now you're hyper-aware of every sensation against your back. There's a rhythmic pressure against your spine, transmitted through the padding of your pack. Tap, 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 tap. Soft but deliberate, like Morse code. Like something is walking deliberately across the surface of your pack. Your skin prickles with the first whisper of unease. You slow your pace slightly, trying to focus on the sensation. The tapping continues without pause, and it's moving direction, specifically moving upward, crawling slowly but steadily from the base of your pack toward your shoulders. Your heart starts to beat noticeably faster, thumping against your ribcage. What is that? What could possibly be making that sensation? You reach back awkwardly with one hand, trying to swat blindly at whatever it might be. Your fingers brush across the top of your backpack, feeling nothing but fabric and buckles. Nothing there. Nothing you can identify. But the tapping doesn't stop even for a second. Now it's near your right shoulder blade, the sensation stronger and more defined. You can feel it through both the pack and the fabric of your shirt. Tiny, sharp points of pressure moving in sequence. Legs. Multiple legs. Walking on you. Oh God, those are definitely legs. You twist your torso sharply, trying desperately to look over your shoulder. You can't see anything from this angle, but you can absolutely feel it now. Whatever it is, it's climbing steadily higher, moving with purpose toward your neck and head. Your breath comes faster now, shorter and shallower. Panic is creeping in at the edges of your mind like cold water, but you force it down with effort. It's just a bug. Has to be. Maybe a large beetle. Maybe a stick insect. Something harmless. You reach back again, more aggressively this time, your hand moving faster. Your palm swipes firmly across your shoulder strap, fingers spread wide. You miss making contact by mere inches. The spider, startled by the rush of air and vibration from your sudden movement, freezes completely. All 8 legs lock rigid onto the strap, muscles tensed. It presses its body flat against the fabric, trying desperately to avoid detection by whatever is trying to attack it. But then, slowly, carefully, one leg at a time, it continues its journey upward. It's almost at your neck now, entering the danger zone. You can feel the distinct vibration of its deliberate movement against your bare skin, where your shirt collar doesn't quite cover. And that's when the ancient primal part of your brain, the part that kept your ancestors alive on the African savanna, starts screaming its warning. Something is very, very wrong. You stop walking completely. Dead stop in the middle of the trail. Your hand flies frantically to the back of your neck. You feel something there. Something that shouldn't be there. Not fur like a small mammal. Not feathers like a bird. Something hard and smooth like armor plating. Segmented, jointed, alien. Your fingertips make direct contact with one of its legs. It's thick as a pencil and covered in coarse hair. You yank your hand back violently, like you've just touched a red-hot stove. Your heart is absolutely hammering now, beating so hard you can feel it pulsing in your temples. You rip your phone out of your pocket with shaking, fumbling hands. Nearly drop it. Catch it at the last second. Open the camera app with trembling fingers. Switch it to selfie mode so the rear camera is active. Angle it awkwardly over your shoulder, trying to see what's on your back. The screen is bright in the dim forest light, and that's when you see it clearly for the first time. The spider. Massive beyond belief. Its 8 legs spread wide across both shoulder straps, gripping the fabric with curved, hooked claws. Its body is mottled brown and tan with darker patches, perfectly camouflaged against your khaki-colored pack. The abdomen is round and swollen, covered in fine hairs. And its fangs. Oh God, its chelicerae and fangs. They're mere inches from your ear, so close you could feel its breath if spiders breathed like mammals. 2 curved black daggers folded beneath its head, each one capable of delivering a painful, venomous bite. For a moment frozen in time, you can't breathe at all. You can't move a single muscle. You can't think coherent thoughts. You just stare at the phone screen in absolute horror, at the nightmare creature perched on your back like some demon. Your mind is screaming at full volume, but your body is completely frozen by primal fear. The spider shifts its weight slightly. One front leg lifts slowly into the air, places itself even closer to your exposed neck, testing the terrain. That tiny movement breaks the paralysis spell. You scream. A raw, guttural animal sound that rips out of your throat and echoes through the trees like a wounded creature. Birds explode from branches overhead in a panic of flapping wings. You throw yourself forward violently, trying desperately to fling the backpack off your body. But the chest strap is still clipped securely across your sternum. The waist belt is buckled tight around your hips. You're trapped in your own gear like a straitjacket. You claw frantically at the buckles with both hands, but your fingers are shaking so badly you can't get them open. Can't find the release mechanisms. Can't make your hands work properly. The spider, startled by your explosive, violent movement and piercing scream, panics too. It scrambles desperately for safety. Its legs move in a horrifying blur, skittering across the fabric at incredible speed, moving around your shoulder, heading toward your chest and face. You feel it on your collarbone now, its weight shifting onto your front. You look down in absolute terror. There it is in full view, right in front of you at eye level, its legs splayed across your shirt like something from a horror movie, its body heaving as it breathes rapidly, its fangs moving slightly, opening and closing. You completely lose your mind. You rip at your pack with both hands, yanking the straps with such desperate force that the plastic buckle snaps completely in half. The pack falls heavily to the ground. But the spider is still on you, still clinging to your shirt. You swat at it wildly, your open palm connecting hard with its armored exoskeleton. It makes a sound, a dry, chittering hiss that sounds like paper being crumpled, and launches itself off your chest. You stumble backward blindly, tripping over an exposed root, and crash hard onto the ground. Your palms scrape painfully against dirt and sharp stones. Your breath comes in ragged, desperate gasps like you've been drowning. You scramble to your feet, eyes wild and unfocused, frantically scanning your entire body. Is it still on me? Is it in my hair? Is it in my clothes? You pat yourself down frantically, almost violently. Arms, chest, stomach, neck, hair, legs, nothing. You don't feel anything. You spin around in a complete circle, searching the ground. There, on the ground right next to your discarded backpack. The spider sits motionless for a long second, as if carefully considering its next move. Its front legs raise slightly, sensing the air. Then, with eerie speed that doesn't seem possible for something that size, it scuttles sideways into the underbrush and vanishes completely into the shadows like it was never there. Gone. You stand there in the middle of the trail, just breathing, just existing. Your whole body is shaking uncontrollably. Your heart is still pounding so violently hard, you can hear the rush of blood in your ears, like ocean waves. You stare at your backpack lying abandoned in the dirt like a crime scene. It looks innocent now, harmless, just gear, but you don't want to touch it yet. Not yet. Not until you're sure. You approach it slowly, cautiously, like it might explode. You kick it firmly with your boot first, just to be absolutely sure nothing crawls out. Nothing moves, nothing emerges. Slowly, carefully, you pick it up with just your fingertips. You shake it hard. Turn it completely inside out. Check every single pocket, every strap, every seam, every fold of fabric. You inspect it like a bomb technician. It's clear, completely empty. But you don't feel relieved at all. You feel violated, contaminated. That thing was on you, physically crawling on your body. For how long? 30 seconds? A minute? How many steps did you take with it riding on your back, its legs inches from your skin, its fangs inches from your neck? The thought makes your stomach turn. You look up at the trees above you. Really look at them. Perhaps for the first time all day. For the first time in your life, you see the forest canopy for what it truly is. Not a beautiful roof of leaves, not shelter from the sun, not scenery for Instagram photos, but a ceiling absolutely full of hidden things. Predators waiting silently above, watching the ground below, waiting to drop. You sling the pack over just one shoulder, not both, never both again, and start walking slowly down the trail. But now you walk completely differently than before. Your eyes flick upward every few seconds, scanning the branches above. You veer around every single low-hanging branch, giving them wide berth. You flinch visibly at every falling leaf, every small sound. Your whole body is tense, waiting for another impact. Because you've learned something today that you'll carry with you forever. Something that's now burned into your nervous system. The forest has dangers you can see coming. Snakes on the ground, steep cliffs, rushing water, and dangers you absolutely cannot see. Silent dangers, patient dangers, and sometimes, the very worst ones of all, fall from the sky without warning. It took 6 seconds for the spider to land on you. You walked for 90 seconds before you noticed. It was crawling toward your face,